Hello there, this quick video is about common mistakes people do around roundabouts, and it could be approaching roundabouts, on the roundabout, or as they're exiting. Now if you are learning roundabouts or you are making mistakes and you're thinking how do I get rid of that, hopefully I'm going to talk about people what they tend to do. At the end of this video I'm going to put a playlist on with roundabouts, understanding them, films that I've made on them to make it easier for people to understand. So check out the playlist at the end. It's going to help to improve your roundabouts at the same time. So what are the common mistakes, you're probably asking? Well, the first one would be observations. So the observations on the approach to roundabouts is quite a common mistake people tend to do, especially when they're learning. They'll be told by the instructor, right, we're coming to roundabout, we're going to go left. Blinkers come on, and they're not looking at anything apart from the road in front of them. You need to be checking to your right. Okay, and as you get good at roundabouts, people tend not to check, and you've got to check what's happening on your right, because that's who you're giving way to. If this car's coming round, you've got to start thinking about slowing down at the same time. So common mistake is not checking and having to brake really hard at the end because all of a sudden there's a car there. So observations on the approach, see what's going on. Observations to see what you need, what lane you need to be in. It's not always straightforward, left lane to go ahead. Look at the lane markings on the ground. Most of the time it would be, but it could be middle lane to go ahead, or it could be it's asking you to go in the right lane to go ahead. So check out the lane markings on the approach, know what lane you need to be in to go where you want to go, whether it be left, ahead or right, and get yourself in that lane. And if you're going to change lanes to go to where you want to go, check your mirrors. And if it's going to go from left to right, check your mirrors. Show them a signal, do a little shoulder check, make sure it's clear. That's a common mistake people tend to do, is as they're approaching, they go, oh, I need to go right. The examiner said go right at the roundabout, and they're just going to go signal. Common mistake, not check the mirrors. And the examiner's giving them a fault. Or if there's a car there, you're already in the right lane, you've not checked your blind spot, and the examiner's pulled you back with the amp and saying, well, actually, you didn't actually even check, you just tried to go across. So keep it under control. Don't rush it. Plan it in advance. Oh, I'm going to go right. Check my mirrors. Show a signal. Do a little shoulder check. Make sure there's nothing there. Do it in advance and then bring yourself across slowly. Don't rush across. Another one would be when you're on the roundabout, is keeping that lane discipline going. So if we use an example where we're going to use a left lane to go ahead, and it's told you on the approach, you're going to use left lane, second exit. You've checked, it's nice and clear, and you follow the road ahead. Stick to that left lane. Don't start drifting towards the middle. That's another, they call it straight lining, where you just come in a straight line across it. You know, stick to the lane that you're supposed to be in. Don't start going straight lining. You know, that's a fault that people will pick up on tests. And if there's a car outside of you when you're doing that, if you start drifting to the right, you're going to get, if there's a car, you're going to get a serious fault for it. So stick to the lane that you're in. Another thing that people tend to do, and I'm just listing little things that people make mistakes on, would be the gears. Now the gears on the approach, the gears moving off. So when you're approaching a roundabout, you might get taught at the beginning to use second gear when you're approaching. As you get better, you might start to use third gear. It depends on each person. Everyone's an individual. But as you're approaching it, use your observations. Oh, it's a little bit busy. I'm slowing down for a lower gear. I'm definitely going to go carry on going. All right. If you don't change your gears and you're slowing down, you're going to start struggling. Or if you're slowing down for the traffic and you stop, and all of a sudden you're stopping and you want to move off, you've got to select the gear again, because you heard about these stories where they come back to test centre and they fail for gears at roundabouts, or the classic junctions on the test sheet, when the examiner says, well, you try to pull up in third gear and you stalled. You just drafted into a roundabout. So if you're stopping, select the gear you need to move off in. Don't just leave it in the high gear, because what's going to happen is you're going to try and rush. And remember, check them mirrors if you're coming off the roundabout. Check what's happening behind you, what's at the side of you. Show a match signal. These little things, common mistakes people do on driving test. So I've just listed 4 most common ones, which is the lane discipline, observations, gears, and checking them mirrors. I hope they help you. If they do, give it the thumbs up, and if you're new to the videos, subscribe to my channel and check out the playlist. It'll certainly help you to improve your roundabouts. Safe driving, and if you've got your driving test coming up, all the best with that. Bye.